The 2000 Federal Court of Appeal case of C.A. Hench & Co. against Rosemount Estates Propriety Limited considered the test of deceptive similarity in the alleged infringement by one winemaker of another winemaker's trademark. Trademarks are a useful tool in intellectual property law that give businesses the exclusive rights to use, license, and sell their mark. This case provides an example of why new businesses must do their homework and objectively evaluate the similarity of their proposed trademark in relation to others to avoid unwanted legal consequences. This presentation will analyse the court's reasoning and explain the application of the Australian test of deceptive similarity so business owners can protect their marks and ensure they don't infringe upon the marks of others. The appellants Henschke had owned and sold wine under the Hill of Grace wine label since 1958. This was the name of the winery in which the grapes were grown, based on the literal translation of a church near the vineyard. The wine sold by the Henschkes is highly regarded and currently retails for around $840 per bottle. Rosemount Estates, the respondents in the matter, bought a New South Wales winery called Hill of Gold and planned to sell wine under the same name for between $20 and $35 per bottle. In an attempt to protect their brand, the Henschkes claimed that Rosemount had infringed their registered trademark under Section 120, subsection 1 of the Trademarks Act, by using a trademark that is deceptively similar to another in relation to goods or services in respect of which it's registered, in this case the selling of wine. Section 10 of the Act provides that a trademark is deceptively similar to another if it so nearly resembles that other trademark that it is likely to deceive or cause confusion. The question before the court was whether Hill of Gold so nearly resembled Hill of Grace that it met this test. The Henschkes submitted that the distinguished reputation of their Hill of Grace wine was a relevant consideration. Their counsel pointed to a series of cases which they said supported the argument that Section 120, subsection 1 required consideration of the alleged infringed label's reputation. The court disagreed and found that the reputation was only relevant in these cases where it was considered in the context of other actions such as passing off. Their honours pointed instead to the case of Australian Wool Mills against Walton & Co., which stated that in determining the reasonable probability of deception, the relevant considerations were the essential element of the mark, the impression taken away by one who looks at it, and how it sounds when pronounced. The court found that while both names were metaphorical and did not refer to literal hills, the essential element was not the commonly used words hill of, but instead the final word, grace, which gave the mark its peculiar and distinctive character. They said that the word gold significantly changed the character of the mark. As to the impression given by the marks, the court said that the metaphorical character of the names and the common hill of were important factors in assessing the effect of the Hill of Gold mark on the Hill of Grace trademark. They said that there are 2 points of similarity and, in a crowded market, reasonably striking ones, but that any metaphorical hill of something mark would not necessarily be an infringement. As to this, the court turned to the third consideration of how it sounds when pronounced, and said that grace and gold sound different and evoke quite distinct impressions. The court said that gold has a much more earthbound, even mercenary signification than grace. The amazement which may be evoked by grace is of a character quite distinct from any usual responses to gold. Put less elegantly, they did not think that they sounded the same. By considering the 3 factors for the Australian test of deceptive similarity, being the essential element, the impression left, and the sound when pronounced, the court concluded that Hill of Gold did not so nearly resemble Hill of Grace that it would deceive or cause confusion.